My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the date of the big game first before you accidentally buy tickets on your 20th wedding anniversary and have to spend the next 20 years of your marriage making up for it. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Build a routine with Ollie that supports your wellness needs, like getting your daily vitamins and minerals with Ollie's multi-gummies, or keeping your mood upbeat with all the vitamin D in Hello Happy. Give your gut health some support with probiotics, and wake up feeling refreshed after taking Ollie Sleep. Do wellness on your terms. Find Ollie at a Walmart or Target near you or at ollie.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I think I just won my taxes.
Yeah?
I just switched to H&R Block in about 1 minute. All I had to do was drag and drop last year's return into H&R Block, and bam, my information is automatically there.
So I don't have to go digging around for all my old papers to switch?
Nope.
Sounds like we just leveled up our tax game.
Switching to H&R Block is easy. Just drag and drop your last return. It's better with Block.
Yes, we're still going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. Eagles now know their opponent, the Kansas City Chiefs, on February 9th in New Orleans. This is the Eagles Checkdown, right here on the Eagles Pin Pull Podcast Network, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your Philadelphia Eagles. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Bearded Knowledge and hosting Trending in the AM on the STT Sports Network every single morning. Guys, yes, it is Tuesday morning. It is the 28th. We are one more day removed from winning the NFC Championship game, and I got a bunch of random stats, news, and opinions on this Philadelphia Eagles team. We got 2 weeks to get prepared for our matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. So I just want to give some shout-outs and some thoughts to a certain few individuals in this Eagles organization. And let's just start at the top with Nick Sirianni. He is the only coach ever in his first 4 years to make 2 Super Bowl appearances as a head coach. Can you imagine it? Twice being the NFC Championship in your first 4 years as a coach. The same coach that everybody bashed when he stumbled through his first press conference. The same coach that everybody wanted gone after last season. The same coach that everybody wanted gone during the bye week this year. Nick Sirianni is the first coach to ever make the Super Bowl twice in their first 4 years as head coach. Just think about that. And piggybacking off of that, Jalen Hurts. There's only been 8 quarterbacks to go to 2 Super Bowls in their first 5 years in the NFL. And Jalen Hurts is one of them. The other 7 is a who's list of Super Bowls. You've got Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Big Ben Roethlisberger, Kurt Warner, Troy Aikman, John Elway, and Jalen Hurts. The only quarterbacks to make 2 Super Bowls in their first 5 years. Just think about that. He has now gone a playoff record, 7 straight playoff games without throwing in an interception. The same Jalen Hurts that can't throw a football. The same Jalen Hurts that you need to move on from. The same Jalen Hurts that's just not good enough. Think about that. Jalen Hurts is one of 8 to ever do what he's done, and Nick Sirianni is the only one to ever do what he has done. And then you can give Howie Roseman his flowers for bringing in Saquon Barkley, who is now only 29 rushing yards short of breaking the all-time single-season record for rushing yards, regular season, and playoffs combined. Terrell Davis in 1998 rushed for 2,476 yards in the regular season of playoffs. Saquon Barkley is number 2 at 2,447, 29 yards away from that. The other 2 on that list in the top 4 Also, Terrell Davis in 97. Just think about that. 97 and 98, the run that Terrell Davis went on those 2 years. It's kind of crazy, but Saquon Barkley can break that record with a mere 30 yards in Super Bowl on February 9th. And Howie Roseman, everybody, including me, was not fond of giving Saquon Barkley $35 million, but you know what? It's darn well worked out. We can also compliment Howie Roseman. Think about this. There was a lot of people at the end of last season labeling rookie Nolan Smith a complete and total bust. There's a lot of people in there, Beansy, that were saying that. There are a lot of people criticizing Howie Roseman for trading Hassan Reddick before the season started. In 2022, the last time the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, Hassan Reddick in that playoff run had 9 tackles and 3.5 sacks. Nolan Smith this year in the playoffs already, with one more game to play, already has 16 tackles, already has an Eagles career, record of 4 playoff sacks. Nolan Smith was not the bust that everybody said he was. Nolan Smith, given time to develop, has become an anchor on the outside of this Eagles defense. Howie Roseman, brought in 2 young stud rookie cornerbacks in the playoffs, 3 playoff games so far. Both Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean have been targeted 15 times each. Cooper DeJean has given up 10 catches for a whole 97 yards in 3 games. It's about a 3-catch, 32 yards per game, no touchdowns. Quinion Mitchell, the 15 times he's been targeted, has given up a combined 5 catches for 24 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He held scary Terry McLaurin on Sunday to 1 catch for 7 yards on 4 targets plus an interception. And he covered Terry McLaurin on 75% of snaps. There were 48 snaps. He was covering him on 36 of those snaps. Howie Roseman brought in Zach Bond, who, ironically, will be playing in the Super Bowl in New Orleans, the team that didn't think of anything more than just a special teams player out of Zach Bond. But Zach Bond came here because of Howie Roseman, because of Vic Fangio's desire to see him here in Midnight Green, and turned him into a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Just think about that. Just think about it. All these things, plus so much more, is why the Eagles were able to hang 55 points. I still haven't gotten over the fact that we hung a 55 spot. A 55, 8 touchdowns we scored against the Wild. I don't care how bad your defense is. In the NFC Championship game, you don't give up. 8 touchdowns. But the Eagles were able to score 8 touchdowns against the Washington Commanders to advance to the Super Bowl. Now we get to face Patrick Mahomes. We get to try to stop their three-peat. It's Carson Wentz versus the Eagles. More Eagles revenge on Carson Wentz. It's just a special thing that this Eagles team, when you look at the numbers on we just only named a few guys here. We didn't even mention Kellen Moore and the coaching job and the play calling he did on Sunday, breaking out jet motions and passes to Smitty, jet sweeps to Dallas Goedert, things we've never seen before from Kellen Moore and this Eagles offense. And Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, Howie Roseman at the top of the board, leading this team to their 2nd Super Bowl appearance in the last 3 years, guys. One final thing. Somebody on Training the AM on Monday mentioned this as a nickname. I was talking about, Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson and how much of a warriors they were for the way they fought through on Sunday through back injury for Cam Jurgens and knee injury from Landon Dickerson, splitting the center duties. And, obviously no credit's going to Tyler Steen, but he should get credit too, filling at left guard with 2 different centers as well. But Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson, we need a nickname for those warriors. And someone said we need to see them come out Super Bowl week dressed as the Road Warriors for you old school wrestling fans, because that's what they were, warriors out there on Sunday. Anyway, guys, we're going to have a jam-packed 2 weeks worth of content here. Well, all 2 weeks long on the entire Eagles Pinpool Podcast Network. But this is the Eagles Checkdown. And yes, one more time, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. Guys, everybody have a great day. Go Birds, and bubbles up.